Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next session of From Nothing, Lorna's story. Now, last time a whole lot of things happened, and we are time skipping ahead just a little bit until Lorna's next day of class, which is after a day of recovery, as mandated by Tier Patalis.
So I don't have a point of exhaustion anymore.
Correct.
Yay.
Now, I do require a charisma saving throw for that day.
Okay. Pretty good. 21.
You feel relaxed, or at least as relaxed as you can be. A lot of the anxieties and the lingering pain from Lily's memories have dwindled. While nothing's perfect, you are maybe feeling a little better than you were immediately after seeing yourself die. And this morning, with that decent charisma saving throw, you wake up on time.
Okay.
Do you go get breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of miss those temp HP. Is it a class day?
Today is a class day, yes.
Gotcha.
You gain 7 temporary hit points from a hearty breakfast of eggs, sausage, and fruit.
Hey.
Refreshed and alert, do you head straight to class?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna try to make up for my poor efforts this past week.
Okay.
I don't want Tabernacle flunking me.
As you arrive at the classroom, as usual, you run into Hallowell and Callie. Sorry, I have something in my eye. It's a little distracting.
You could take a moment.
All right. As you enter the wizarding classroom, Tabernacle is already in human form, and he is not saying anything, but as he looks up at you as you enter and he says, "Good morning, Lorna.
Good morning.
Have a seat. We have much to discuss today."
She sets immediately.
How competent do you feel you are with one hand?
I'll do my best.
I know you will. What I'm asking is, how does your best now compare to when you had 2 hands?
Uh, can I try a spell?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna try not a cantrip. I'm gonna try an IRL spell.
Or an
I'm
in
gonna
real
do.
life spell.
Yeah. I'm gonna try disguise self, and I'm gonna make myself look exactly the same, except I have both hands.
Okay. Roll me a spellcasting check. Basically a spell attack.
14.
It's a first level spell.
Mm-hmm.
At first, it's difficult. You raise both arms as if you're going to cast it normally, and then you remember you only have the one, but you focus on that and concentrate. And without the distractions of the emotional turmoil, it is easy. You cast the spell.
When I have both hands, I do a jazz hands at him.
Tabernacle nods and says, "Good enough. Very well. Tell me, what do you know of the Fall Festival?"
What does she know about the fall festival?
Roll history.
Everything.
You've heard a lot around town in your time spent at the Merry Guard. You can't actually know everything because you're not from around here, but you're familiar with what the Fall Festival means.
It sounded very interesting to her.
That's good to hear, as you will begin preparing to participate.
I get to participate.
Every student participates.
I'm
Now,
excited.
The first question I have for you, do you have 3 individuals in mind that you can work together well with as a team?
I do. I would have to talk to them first, but I believe so.
And their names are?
Um, Anscombe,
A
Skolna,
fighter, a rogue,
and Tier.
and a ranger. Very well. I recommend, however, including a dedicated divine caster amongst your allies.
I really only know one, Zagona.
Well, she is certainly adept.
Do you think I should alternate one of my previous choices for her? For the sake of balance.
Yes.
Okay. Probably Skolna then.
Very well. In preparation for the Fall Festival, you will gather these individuals, form a team. Once you have them, you will speak with Persh about being escorted to the training room.
The training room?
Yes. Have you not... You see Tabernac kind of scowls.
Well, this is my training room. She gestures to the library around
This is
her.
the classroom, Lorna. The training room is a location within the Merigard Academy. Slight... Well, I don't mean to toot my own horn, as it were, but a magically ingenious room. It is a fighting pit, but no injury occurring within is permanent.
I see. Even a brutal one, even fatal.
Fatal wounds cannot be inflicted within the training room.
Interesting.
There are some concerns. Spells that create a powerful gust of wind can sometimes interfere with the enchantment of the room, as there is a mist that permeates the room.
I see.
However, any fatal blow magically becomes a non-fatal one. And should you fall unconscious within the room, you will awaken within a minute.
Okay. I'm ready to ask these people to be part of my team right now.
Then go fetch them.
And go straight to Persh.
Well, he looks at Callie. Did you... Right. He is silent for a moment as he and Callie appear to be communicating telepathically. They just are looking at each other.
I didn't know Kelly could do that.
There's a lot of things you don't know about Callie.
Oh, I want to communicate telepathically.
You literally have...
Yeah.
Okay. Tabernac says, well, how prepared do you think your team will be? Do you believe you could handle the higher echelons of combat if you had a 5-member team?
When is the fall festival?
1 month.
Yes, I'm confident. I'll even have a second hand by then. I'm assuming.
You raise a good point. You will. You'll have a second hand in maybe a week and a half's time, if my estimate is correct.
Then I have no doubts.
Very well. Anscombe, Skolna, Sagona and Tyr.
I get Skolna as well.
That is what we just discussed, Lorna.
Well, I thought. Well, you said Callie, and then I didn't hear anything. So
We that that does not concern you. Don't worry.
sorry,
Go speak
Yes.
with Persh about assembling our team. Go meet your potential team members and ask them if they are willing to fight with you in the fall festival.
Of course, I'll go right away.
Good.
I'm so excited. So we go straight to the.
Persh.
Well, yes, but the training room, and then we just practice.
I don't know.
Oh,
This is
so,
Persh's idea.
all right. Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I'm just very eager. This sounds like a lot of fun.
It is a practical exercise, and I would not
That could be two
recommend you
things.
if I did not think you were capable of the task, but you should be careful.
Of course.
So, off you go.
She scrambles out of her seat.
Okay.
She's very excited.
Then we go back to the Merryguard front.
Which classroom is closest?
Well, you know the locations of the fighter classroom,
Yeah, I don't
the
know the
ranger
road.
classroom, and the cleric classroom.
I'll have to ask Persh, so that will be the last thing I do is go to Persh and be like, "Can you help me find Skolna?"
Yeah.
But she'll go to the closest classroom that she does know the location of.
So, I'm sorry. The closest one would be the ranger classroom.
Sure. I'm gonna go bother Tier's instructor again.
Okay. This time when you enter the ranger sanctuary, Triss, a halfling you've never seen before, and Tier are all in the clearing immediately in front.
Right, it's the start of class, so it's not like they
Yeah.
could have dispersed yet.
So when you open the door and you step out into the clearing, Triss looks up and says, "You again.
Yep.
What's up?"
I need to borrow Tier for official Merigard business.
Okay. And Tier just like stands up and, "I'll eat," and he heads your way. What's going on?
You know the fall festival.
I've heard of it. I don't know much about it.
So I uh, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Tabernac recommended me for something special, and he asked me to pick people I wanted on my team.
Oh,
So I just wanted to tell you that I'm picking other people.
all right. So am I coming with you right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Yes, I picked you.
he turns and he looks at his instructor and he says, "I have fall festival things to prepare for." And Triss says, "All right, don't get fucked up."
I'm sorry, did she say don't or do get fucked up?
Don't. She has a
Okay.
way of speaking. You get used to it. Let's go.
And she'll lead the way.
Okay. Where are you going next?
Fighter classroom.
Okay. As you enter the fighter classroom, you see that all of the fighters, there's a lot of them, there's about 8 students in this classroom, more than there were the last time you were here, are standing in line. They are standing at attention, and Ilrad is kind of standing in front of them, his hands on his hips, but as the door opens, he turns and looks at you and he says, "Yes, how can I help you?" And he is jovial.
I say I'm actually here to borrow Mr. Frost for some fall festival business.
"I don't know, Mr. Frost."
Anscombe.
"Oh, you should have just said, up you go." And Anscombe is like,
No account
All
for
right.
decorum.
"Sure." And he,
She'll wave with her requiem hand
okay,
and forget that he doesn't know about that yet.
so let me roll for Requiem. It's not a natural looking wave. The hand kind of goes like,
It's the sharp back and forth.
yeah.
But early video game graphics.
You hear, "Sorry, Lorna, I didn't expect that."
That's okay. I put you on the spot. It was perfect.
Anscombe's got a look of concern on his face as he's approaching.
Lorna looks like she's in good spirits, right?
Oh, what's going on? What's the plan?
Uh, I'm picking you for my team for the fall festival.
Oh,
If you'll have me, of course. Not to assume anything.
no, sure. I saw the Fall Festival last year. It was exciting.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do very well. And I hear there's some pretty excellent prizes if we do the best.
Well, let's give it a shot then.
Yeah, I have to prepare, so that's why I'm getting you together now.
Gotcha. All right. And he kind of shrugs his greatsword up higher on his shoulder and follows you out of the room. Next.
Sagona.
Okay, so you head to the cleric classroom.
Mm.
You've never been in the cleric classroom when class was
Right.
in session. There are 4 clerics here. You see that Sagona is the shortest, being a dwarf. It seems as though the other clerics, you see that there are 2 dragonborn that turn and look at you. But on the far side of the room, the cleric instructor looks at you and says, "Yeah, what's this about?" And this human in full plate armor is just staring you down.
Well, I talked to him about double contracts before,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm familiar with Street somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still being interrupted and he's grumpy about it.
True. Okay, so she says to him, borrowing Sagona Fall Festival business. I hope that's okay.
You see Treat kind of glances over at Sagona and just gives her an assenting nod, and Sagona picks up her hammer and heads toward you and says, "It's going to be great. All right."
I figured you'd like to hit some stuff.
Abso-fucking-lately. And she basically pushes her way past you out the door.
Oh, all right. Well, fuck. We have one more person to collect.
Your party looks at you and Sagona says, "Who?"
The hard part's gonna be to find her. Sagona.
"Oh, fuck. Yeah, good luck."
Right, and I actually don't know where the rogue classroom is because Persh refused to tell me, and so did Maxwell.
"I don't know where it is either." And Tyr says, "Actually, now that I think about it, me neither. I've never had cause to try to find it."
Exactly. So I'm gonna just say let's not waste any of our time and actually just ask Persh.
A good idea.
I have those sometimes.
Don't hurt yourself.
Wow. All right.
You asked for us.
I'm feeling the regret. She's gonna lead the way to Persh.
Okay. Persh is at his desk. He looks up as you approach and he says, "Miss Lorna, how
Fall
can I help you?"
Festival training room needs Skolna. Can you help me get her?
All right. I was expecting complete sentences, but you need
I've just
Skolna?
done this 3 times in a row. Yes. Yes, Skolna. Or you could just tell me where the rogue classroom is.
No, can't do that.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Let me ask, see if she's in. And he reaches down, picks up the sending box. What? I'm looking for Skolna. All right. Well, it can wait, can't it? Well, it will wait, because I'm telling you it will. Thank you. And he
I
puts
find
the
out
stone away.
Skolna was behind us this whole time.
She'll be up in a minute.
Okay.
You just gonna stand here and stare at me?
Well, you said she'd be up in a minute, so
Right. Go sit down.
I like standing.
Okay, do it away from
All right, fuck.
Right in front of me, please.
Let's move like 10 feet to the left.
Thank you. Uh, you then wait, basically. You loiter about, and
Hmm.
there's a couple minutes pass, and then suddenly, Skolna is next to you, and she says, "Hey."
Oh, hey. How would you feel about being on a team with me for the fall festival?
She kind of tilts her head to the side a bit, shrugs, and then nods.
All right. I figured this is the best possible team of people that I like to kick some ass, win some prizes, probably money.
Money's always nice. You hear Anscombe say behind you.
Exactly. And does Lorna know about the best team expedited contractor?
With a natural 20 of a 27, you heard word of it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. She would share her thoughts on that.
Uh, Anscombe raises an eyebrow and says, "Oh, if I don't have to finish the last, 6 months of my training here, that'd be
Getting
great.
your ass handed to you by Illirat and Lilith.
I give it back as good as I get it.
I'm sure you do.
I don't feel like I'm being patronized enough."
I've seen you. I've seen you put her on her ass.
Mm-hmm.
But I've actually been working quite frequently with Lilith these days, and I know she's got a punch.
She's a handful.
That's a good way to put it. Um, Now that Skullna's here, we need to be shown the training room. And she says louder as she looks at Persh again.
Persh, glances up.
Hello.
So this is your team, then?
Uh-huh.
Are you sure you can handle the bouts of 5?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
In a week and a half's time, I'll be two-handed once more and even more ass-kicky than before.
You feel like the gaze of your party glance down at your hand as you
Yeah.
say that. Um, Persh says, "All right, well, follow me." And he kind of slides out from behind the desk and begins to head down the hall, the left-hand hall, opposite the hall that the selections room is in. And as he does, he turns to the first door on the left. This is a door you've never noticed before. It seems to have always slipped your notice. It is a simple wooden door with a rounded top, as if an archway. He looks at you all and he says, "All right, go ahead and get yourselves familiar with your own skills and abilities while I look into the other teams so we can get a scrimmage going."
We're fighting the other teams right away.
Not necessarily the teams you'll be fighting in the fall festival, but you will need to practice, am I not, right?
Sure. No, I agree with you. I just thought we were beating each other up.
No. You will. I'll explain it when we get inside. And
Yeah, I would appreciate that.
he opens the door. And as he does, it is a narrow hallway made of stone. And he kind of ushers you to go through.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yes.
my token for Persh is broken.
No, broken token.
Uh, yes, one moment here. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm just petting a cat.
All right, I'll do this later. You go. Well, you go with Theater of the Mind for Persh, but let me place you and your party. I need to assemble the tokens.
Stumble.
Okay, so remind me, it was
Golna. Anscombe. Tier.
hold on. How did I misplace? There we go. And some
If you
Tier
misplace
and...
Olna, I would understand.
No, it was Anscombe I couldn't find. Okay. You enter a wide hallway leading toward a massive room.
That is a good-looking party.
I thought you'd approve. Okay. And behind you, Persh closes the door and he walks with you as you head your way out into this, what is best described as an arena.
My pit.
The ground is sand. There is this mist about the room. It smells of lilac and lavender. It's fairly pleasant. And you feel the soreness that is always there in the stump diminish until it doesn't hurt anymore.
Why don't I just spend all my time in this room?
It's not quite allowed. Overexposure to the healing mist can cause insanity.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You'll be fine if you spend a few hours in here, but you don't want to sleep in here. And Persh kind of walks out and stands in front of you. And he says, "This is the Marigold's training room. We assembled this a couple of years ago when we reassembled the fortress after it was blown down. We felt it was important that our students and contractors have a place to safely practice, both against each other and against monsters.
Monsters?
Another trick of Tabernac's. He has a roster of magically constructed examples of monsters you might find out in the wild. Aberrations, abominations, beasts. This is a good place to practice against them without real repercussions.
I love not having repercussions.
We will always talk about the consequences of your actions. You should fight as a team. And as you have assembled a 5-man team here, which is pretty standard for a Marigold contracting team, there is the mention of roles to be assigned. Now, for this just being the fall festival, this is not necessarily a permanent selection of your team, but I have seen all of you about and together. It's clear you do have some chemistry, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is the team that you ended up being once you were contractors. Do any of you have any complaints? Sagona says, "There should be more dwarves."
Sorry, I didn't take that into consideration when I was picking.
Can't blame you for being racist.
Right. My bad, Sakona.
She's got like a lopsided smirk as you turn back and look at her. Right. Any real complaints? And it's quiet from the rest of the party. Okay. Simple enough. Whenever you're going to have a bout or practice in this room, you need to talk to me. I'm always in the loop about who's in the training room and when. It's important that we do not have any arguments or conflicts about the training room. The training room is a privilege, and should you abuse your privileges here, they will be revoked. This is magically a very expensive room to keep maintained. Do you all understand my meaning?
Yes.
Good. Now, clearly, the room is massive, and as you look around, it is truly huge, and the roof is much taller than it makes sense for this to be, but you are familiar with the demi-plane nature of the Marigold Academy. The roof in this room is nearly 60 feet high. There is clearly enough room for some big spells to go down here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if ever you are in the training room and the mist is gone, you are to leave immediately. No hesitation. There is a panic button on the far side of this portcullis. Should you need to leave the room immediately because there's no more healing mist, you throw the switch and the portcullis will slam shut, protecting you from whatever it was you were fighting. Any questions?
Does that happen often?
It's never
Or is
happened
that
before.
like a worst case scenario, right?
It's never happened before. Tabernacle mentioned there was a 1 in 10,000% chance that a dead magic zone could occur here. And if that happens, well, everything that's non-lethal suddenly becomes a lot more dangerous.
Would the portcullis function if there was a non-magic zone?
Widget assures me it is entirely mechanical.
Fascinating.
Perth shrugs. Now, before anything else, why don't the 5 of you become more familiar with the things that you've practiced, things that you're aware of and capable of. And while you're doing that, I will go see what team is up to be scrimmaged against.
Not a monster?
Would you prefer a monster?
Do I get an opinion?
It's your team, it's your practice.
She looks at everybody else. Monster? Mm-hmm.
Tierra says, I'm always up for fighting a monster. It's always a little bit easier. At least, that's my opinion.
It might be a good introduction to fighting together instead of having to consider fighting styles and differences and 5 new people.
Yeah, that's a good start, Anscombe says from next to you. Monster it is!
Yeah, so sure you don't care, Sagona, if you get to hit it.
I just want to hit it. I don't give a fuck what it is.
Uh-huh, that's what I thought.
Alright. I will consider how long you've all been training at the academy, and I will select a monster for you to fight.
Ooh.
When the portcullis shuts, keep your eyes out. And Persh heads out of the room.
Exciting. I like the fact that we don't know what it is.
Skolna is like looking around the room, and you see she kind of frowns.
Yeah? Something wrong?
Not much cover.
In my experience with you, Skolna, that's never been a problem.
She shakes her head.
Well, it probably makes it easier for you, but you seem to just appear and vanish as you please.
She like raises an eyebrow at you, and she says,
just be me.
Do you see any shadows in here?
No.
She like pats you on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm. I could make a shadow for you.
How?
She's gonna look at her hand and say, Rek, could you be a dog real quick?
Requiem drops off your arm in the form of a dog on the ground. And Sagona says, I hate that. I hate that so much.
It's been really useful every
That
time
was
I
just
lost my hand.
I'm sure it has. It just caught me by surprise. I'm sorry.
He's such a good boy. You'll get used to him. Especially if we're in a team hereafter, you know. You're spending a lot of time with him.
I'll get used to it. And she is eyeing Rek, and Rek looks at Sagona and just blinks.
And she'll look at Skolna and be like, one instant shadow.
Skolna looks at Requiem and says, I can't hide behind a ghost. I need, something to break line of sight.
Would it help if I learned the darkness spell?
Yes.
Okay, we'll see. Now we can work. And even better, Anscombe, she gestures grandly at him, is a blind fighter. So He
He's
could work
like,
with that too.
he's not like not really paying attention. He's kind of like picking at his tooth. Huh? What?
Ansgun's a blind fighter, so if I knew darkness, not only could you hide in it, but he could fight in it and have an advantage on someone who needs to rely on sight.
I can do that. Yep.
Yeah.
And Skolna
Okay.
looks at Anscombe and
Let me
says,
make a note.
and Skolna just like looks at Anscombe and says, She nods and then looks at you
Pretty,
again.
pretty cool, right? Yeah.
And Sigona says, So what do I do then? I don't want to go in
Uh,
darkness. That's not great for me.
well, sure, but that's just one option. You hit things and heal, right?
Yeah, those are two things I can do.
I really don't see a fighting style, or rather combat prowess, that really needs any less tweaking than you.
I can shock stuff.
Yes, you can.
I can hit things that are pretty close but more than one. And I can give us all a boost at the hands of Nier to make us better at everything we do.
And you can lecture people when they piss off the gods.
Right. I can do that too. Yes, that doesn't come up too much in fighting, but
Well, I mean, thinking further along the lines, if we're all working together more closely.
Tier says, Let's start with, where we are now and then see where we are down the road then. Don't burn the bridge till we get to it, is the saying, right?
I don't think that's accurate, but I understand your point.
Alright.
And you fire arrows.
I do that a lot. Yes.
Yep.
I do so much more, but that is a thing I do.
Well, yes. I mean, I've only really seen the arrows.
Okay. He just kind of shrugs. I guess,
And you're a pretty good talker.
In a fight, I also am pretty good.
Help.
How?
I don't know. I talk myself out of fights all the time.
Okay. Against a monster?
Less often.
Right. Can't name like 4 times you've talked yourself out of a fight with a monster.
That vampire.
That's 1.
But that's a good one.
Right.
Like, that should count as 4.
It's 1.
It only counts as 1.
Okay. It's still just 1.
If I had dominate monster, it would count as 2. I don't, but I will in the future because that sounds cool.
Alright.
Oh, that other time we were on the way back from Augur City and we ran into those assholes doing that bridge toll, and I magically convinced
them. We're not
them.
Monsters. Those were people.
I feel like bullies are monsters.
Nope. People. You see, okay. And as he says that, the portcullis shuts. Anscombe draws his greatsword. Skolna drops into a fighting stance. Sigona wields her mace, and Tier has his bow in hand. We should probably spit out.
I have Requiem next to me. He's now a dog.
Okay.
And she asks him to stay close.
Okay. Requiem is on the field.
I have control of that token, right?
I think so.
The answer is yes. The answer is yes. So,
all right. Before the monster reveals themselves, you are going to tell me where you guide the NPCs in your party to go.
Well, we got our frontline fighters, Anscombe and Sigona, so they would probably thereabouts.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit, like 10 feet of distance between them. Tier is ranged, so he'd probably be skittering this way.
Okay, you tell him to run that way. He does.
And I'm gonna say Skolna probably goes here.
Okay.
Hopefully the duo up here will draw immediate attention.
We will find out.
Sure
As
will.
Immediately after your party runs to their positions, the ground rumbles, and burrowing from underground is a massive insect-like monster. I'm going to roll to see who it appears near.
Wish I hadn't used disguise self. Used an entire spell slot
You
before
sure
this, but
did.
I sure did.
With a 3, it appears near Anscombe.
Did he feel it coming? Nice
Did he feel it coming? I mean, the ground shook.
Yeah,
He didn't
like
get attacked by it.
Mm-hmm.
He does not have tremor sense. But as the fight begins, I'd like you to roll initiative.
Okay.
And I will roll for your party.
Oh, wow. A 2.
A 2. Now that's okay. You are going to be telling me what your NPCs do.
I just learned Skolna's last name. Okay. It's engaged in melee with Anscombe.
It has just emerged from the ground, and Anscombe is right up next to it, his great sword that he's like pointing it toward it. He's in melee with it, yes.
She's gonna skitter right behind it and try to get a vital blow on it.
Okay, you do know Skolna also has a short bow, in addition to her daggers. But she's going to... she moves 30 feet, bonus action dashes to close the distance.
If she has flanking, she gets advantage on it, so she figures that this risk is worth it.
And she will make an attack with a dagger. With advantage. That's good. There's a 22 to hit. Skolna's first stab hits and will deal sneak attack. So Skolna stabs it for 9 points of damage total.
Nice.
Alright. Skolna still has 20 feet of movement, but she is within melee range of this.
And she already used her bonus
insect.
action, so she's not going to disengage. Yeah.
Okay. It's now. Why don't you roll me a nature check?
Yeah, I'd love to know if I know anything about this. Terrible. Nothing. 8.
8.
It's a bug.
It's a giant bug that looks like it more is at home in deserts. You think you remember something about something called an ankeg. That's all you remember. It is now its turn. It is going to use...
Oh boy.
So what is going to happen here is the ankeg is going to use its acid spray. Hold on. There we go. I need to and it's 30 feet long, so it's going to get Anscombe and Sagona with this.
Ooh.
I need both of them to make a dexterity saving throw. One moment. Anscombe succeeds, Sagona fails.
Yeah.
Which is pretty, it's what you'd expect. They both will take some damage here. They take some acid damage. All right, Sagona takes 13. Anscombe takes 6. As the acid washes over them, Sagona says, "Ow! Fuck!" That's the Ankeg's turn. It's not going to move as it is pinned on both sides. Sagona, immediately, she took a big hit. She doesn't want to get hit by acid again. You can see she's reluctant to fight. What do you do?
She's reluctant to fight?
It looks like she wants to heal herself. Is that what she's going to do?
I think she's going
to
try
You're making
to
the decision for her.
Yeah. She's going to try to get out of its face.
She's 20 feet away. She's 15 feet away from it.
Yeah, but out of its direction. The direction it's currently facing. She could probably duck this way. Still be within range of it to do, some damage.
Okay.
So she will heal herself.
Okay.
She took a big
Sagona
hit.
casts Cure Wounds on herself. Yeah, she was super low. Okay, she heals for 11.
Mm-hmm.
Which is most of the damage back. You see that she is relieved as the burnt flesh knits itself back together. That's it for Sagona's turn.
Yeah, Anscombe's
Anscombe.
gonna let him have it.
Anscombe's going to attack. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Great sword time.
Advantage.
Anscombe misses with a 12. Even with advantage. He just rolled bad. Anything else on his turn? He could second wind. That's it.
I thought he took half.
He did take half. He's
How is he looking?
he looks mostly fine.
He's not gonna use a second win then.
Okay.
If he takes a bigger hit, then he will.
That's just his only bonus action.
Yeah, he's just gonna stay right in front of it to hopefully keep its attention while everybody else gets into place.
Tier's turn. What do you have Tier do?
I think he's gonna scoot this direction and fire
Okay.
bolt right at him.
He looses his longbow. He rolled a natural 1.
Buddy,
That's how the dice go, unfortunately.
he's never seen this thing before, I guess.
It's a new environment. The mist maybe made his fingers a little slick. The arrow way too high. Not even close. You hear him say, sorry. Sorry, sun was in my eyes. All right.
There's no sun.
Do you say that?
Mostly to herself, but if he hears it, he hears it.
Oh, fuck me, I guess. That's his turn. He has a bonus action. He could apply Hunter's Mark. That's
Oh
it.
shit, I should have done that first. Yeah, he'll apply Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
Not that it would have made him hit.
No, it wouldn't have made him hit, but, he's not an outrider. All right, it's your turn.
Mm-hmm. Can I quickly assess how hardy I think this creature is?
It's got a
Does it
very
look
sturdy
high defensive?
carapace.
Mhm.
It has a lot of hit points. It's not very hard to hit.
That's what I wanted to know. If it had a lot of hit points, I'll save that for later then. She is going to, let's see what this one does. Ugh, that does no damage. She's gonna do... I'll do it anyways. She's gonna do Chill Touch on it. She's gonna get a little this way. Bring Requiem with her.
Roll a spell
Yeah,
attack.
she'll do Chill Touch. Terrible. A 12.
A 12 misses.
Taking one from Anscombe's book.
Okay. You have a bonus action.
I know bonus action spells.
You can instruct Requiem to do things as a bonus action.
That's true. Maybe I'll tell him to get up in there and bite its butt.
Okay.
Bite his butt.
Roll me Ghostly Bite.
Hold on, I actually have to pull him up. There he is. Features? Yes. Did I roll?
It brought it up in the chat. You have to click
Oh.
attack.
Attack. Normal. 14?
14 is the Enkeg's AC.
Damn it. Okay. I mean, damn it. For
Well,
me,
yeah.
because I was so close.
Roll damage.
8
points of damage.
Arr.
It is a strange sound when Requiem makes an attack. It is suddenly like a death rattle. Just... and
That's terrifying.
a swath of just meat is carved out of the arse of this Unkeg. And it whips around facing Requiem.
Oh boy. I wanted to keep its attention off of Skolda, but well, he
It's
did
now
a pretty big
Skolna's
bite.
turn.
Yeah, she's going to stab it again and disengage.
Okay. Let's see if she hits. You see this time, deftly, she swaps the dagger out And from somewhere, you don't know where, she draws a short sword and thrusts with that.
That was so cool.
She hits with a 15. Okay, this is another sneak attack. She hits for 4 piercing plus. Okay, another 9 damage to the Ankeg.
Nice.
Skolna's dealing what she can, and then she disengages.
Yeah.
And where's she go?
I think she's gonna go in this direction.
Okay, she runs around Requiem and then up there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's now the Ankeg's turn. The Ankeg is really unhappy about the damage fucking Requiem just dealt to it, and so it's going.
My dog.
It's going to bite.
No.
It whips forward with these massive mandibles.
Please miss.
That's a 17 to hit.
My dog. Oh, boo.
It does hit Requiem's.
I know.
Okay. One moment. Requiem. Oof.
Oh, wait, hold on. Attack rolls against the Kierkegaard are made with disadvantage.
Why is that? Oh, you used Chill
Form.
Touch.
No, blurred form. I'm looking at his
right,
features.
You're right.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'll roll again. Which is hopefully a miss. No, I rolled better.
Damn it.
Okay. It deals 14 points of damage to Requiem.
My baby.
It hit very hard with that bite.
Ow.
Okay. Requiem is reduced to 6 hit points.
Are you...
I'm trying to... You just killed him. There we go. Leave him alone.
What?
I got
Sorry.
it. The Ankeg will whip back around, facing Anscombe. But that's his turn. It only has one attack. It's now Sigona's turn. Sigona could attack with a melee weapon, cast a spell, or heal someone.
She's gonna fuck this guy up.
Okay.
She's gonna go right up in here and she's gonna, I don't know, thunderclap him. She's Sparky.
She's going to use...
By the power of Nier, fuck this bug up.
Okay, she runs up and she will attempt to harm. One moment.
My dog.
Sigona hits with a 16. And she deals 8 points of lightning damage as she raises her flanged mace up and then brings it down with a on the back of the Ankeg. The Ankeg is hissing and sputtering in pain. And Sigona stays right there and she says, "Try better, asshole," to the Ankeg. It's now Anscombe's turn.
Anscombe's gonna be smart puppy. He's gonna move over here so he can get advantage.
Okay.
Just beat his butt.
All right. Anscombe.
Is gonna hit this time.
Sure is, maybe.
I say that as someone who didn't also miss their attack roll.
Anscombe swings the great sword with all of his might with a 20 to hit.
Oh, fuck yeah. Dude, these sword animations are awesome.
He hits the Ankeg for 10 points of slashing damage.
Fuck yeah.
As he does, the Ankeg collapses in a heap, destroyed.
Oh, I didn't even get to do the thing. Aw, alright.
You have a whole party working for you right now.
I know.
As the Ankeg is defeated,
I didn't even do anything.
Anscombe pulls the sword out of the body, and you watch immediately as the Ankeg begins to evaporate into magical dust. And Anscombe says, "Okay, that's a lot more intense than I thought it would be. Okay, it felt real."
Lorna's gonna run up to her puppy and check on him. How is he?
So when Requiem takes damage, it's almost as though where he was hit is blurred and hard to focus on, where the ghostly matter is vibrating quickly, and it's almost like it's glitching or fading in and out between this realm and the next. And
flickering.
yes, Requiem looks at you and he says, That hurt.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't think that that would happen. I don't know why. That was dumb. I should assume that if you bite it, it's gonna get mad at you.
I got a good bite on it, though.
You did! I was so pleased. She's gonna ruffle his little head.
Uh, over the next minute, everyone regenerates 1 hit point from the healing mist. And it keeps happening until they are full.
Wow.
It does not regenerate anything. It's nothing like a regenerate spell, but it is a minor healing effect that basically stabilizes or slowly heals per people in here.
Mm-hmm.
And as the NKEG slowly but surely fades away, that is the end of combat.
And as if she didn't miss with her chill touch, she's gonna look at Tia and be like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like your aim was better when we were on that free agency.
Are you really talking shit right now? I watched that spell of yours hit the dirt. I don't need to hear it.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be focusing on my spells and focus on the monster that we're fighting, and then your arrow will hit it.
I'm sorry, there's this weird creepy mist in here, and we've only just found out about this place. Get off my back.
I thought you wanted me on your back.
No. Tier will go. He wants to investigate the corpse of the NKEG.
Even though it's dissipating.
Yeah, he tries to like sum up and he says, it's almost like it's just solid blue on the inside. Look at it. And as he points it out, it does look as though there's no blood. The interior of the NKEG is like a blue gelatin almost.
Ew. Tyr, do you know what that was supposed to be?
It was an NKEG. A big desert scorpion, basically. They burrow underneath the sand, and when they find prey they like, they can sense it through the earth, they emerge and, well, eat them. They're pretty common around northern Ceres.
Oh, well, I've never been to Ceres, so I guess I wouldn't know.
I've been there a couple times, never on good business, but it is what it is. Skolna, like, is looking around the room, and she says, is that it?
I don't know. Has the portcullis risen?
As you look over at it, you see Persh emerging from behind the portcullis, and it opens up. Well, what did you all think of our little training exercise?
I mean, I wasn't hit, so I had a great time.
Well, I figured you have a strong close quarters party, so I thought I'd play to your strength first.
What would you have picked to play on our weaknesses?
Well, are you sure you won't find out?
Well, what else would make us better as a party than to work on those weaknesses?
Well, I figured you'd want to see your strengths first before going straight
Sure,
to it.
I mean, I do feel powerful. I didn't even do anything.
I probably would have given you a couple of aces or a maybe an animated ballista to deal with, those sort of things.
I've got a couple of
Aces. They're
aces.
they're not real. It's a fiery dwarf that they're good with crossbows, but they don't really speak common, and they have a knack for killing things.
Oh, yeah, I've never heard of that before.
Well, they're real, and you'll find them out there.
Where? I guess somewhere hot.
They're common in the desert, they're common in the burning wilds, or if you happen to find yourself in the fire plane, they'll be all over the place.
Not in hell.
Yeah, could be.
More devils, though.
Not all of hell is hot.
I suppose that's true. Just the parts that you hear about.
Right.
Are we only doing one fight a day, or what?
You can fight until you're spent, if you like.
What's the expectation here for the fall festival?
So, as you prepare and ready your team tactically, the fall festival is going to be including, well, I believe the number was 8 different parties
are going to be taking part. Maybe I should break it down for you all. The
That would be
way
great.
the way the fall festival works, it's an old tradition here. We clear out Ferrum, or at least the dock side of things. The logging district stays closed, but the actual market, plaza, and main area is opened up. Cleared out of all citizens, and then that's the wrong music for this. Hold on. Sorry. Didn't mean for it to be so foreboding. Hold on a minute. Sorry. Okay. As the fall festival begins and there's no citizens in the town, we release a number of captured monsters about the city. Each monster, and also each party, is given a stone totem. At the end of the fall festival, the party that returns with the most stone totems is deemed the winner. You can retrieve stone totems by any means necessary: fighting, stealing, coercing, intimidating. Whatever the means, you will find monsters of great strength and also monsters of remarkable weakness within Farum during this fall festival. How you handle these obstacles and how you find these targets is up to you.
I can imagine having a ranger on the team would be very useful.
Tyr just kind of folds his arms over his chest and says, I imagine you're right.
Well, brush up on your tracking. We have a month.
I'm already good at tracking.
Right. Are we able to take these totems from different teams? If they've got a bunch, we could just be like, yoink.
You certainly could.
We could even make it a thing where instead of going after the actual monsters, we go after the teams.
That is a thing that other teams have done in the past, aye.
It would ensure that other teams didn't have totems to compete with us.
The only rule is no intentional killing blows.
Implying that there have been deaths.
Of course they have. You're fighting monsters. Now, Treat is standing by with teleportations to hop in and save people that get in over their heads. But it is still a whole town, and there is the potential for death. And we've never had any permanent deaths. We've always been able to correct true mistakes. But you will be fighting monsters such as minotaurs and giants. You'll also be fighting little things like cockatrice or, you know, little goblins, those sort of things. So it...
She'll nudge Anscombe at the cockatrice comment.
Yeah, Anscombe is got like 1,000-yard stare as he's remembering the chicken.
The chicken incident.
Yeah.
Now, as you prepare, the more prepared you are, the better, and the better off you're going to be during the festival.
Mechanically, the more you train here in the training room, you're going to have bonuses during the fall festival itself.
Fuck yeah.
Whether they be bonuses to initiative or even bonuses to attack or bonuses to stealth rolls, those sorts of things, to represent your party having practiced together. Now, I'm going to be introducing a thing for each of these From Nothings where each player is controlling their party. They're going to have what I call the party proficiency, and you increase that by practicing, whether they be by spending time together, by completing companion-specific missions, or by just scrimmaging in the training room. As you increase your party proficiency, you can add party proficiency to group checks and things like that, and they'll be very useful if, say, Anscombe is trying to sneak. Things like that.
I want to do them all.
I know. As Persh is looking over the group and sees that you've handled the NKEG, he says,
So, are you all finished for the day, or would you like another bout with something else?
I have 2 spell slots that I haven't used. And she looks at everybody else in the party like...
over the conversation, everyone has healed back up from the healing mist. Actually, I'm just gonna do this. Everyone's back to full. It is a handy thing, indeed. Skona looks at you and says, "Yeah, I'm good for more."
Yeah? You did really well without cover, Skolna.
It's useful having other people.
Wear your cover.
Yep.
She nods, just like with a small smirk. Anscombe says, "Hey, that's fine. You'll had talked about that, just being distracting. And I never
Very
really
distracting.
thought how, practical that would be until you were trying to stab it in the back. But, I don't know. Whatever it had." Tier says,
That was its abdomen. You were stabbing it in the abdomen.
Tiara, I'm really looking forward to hitting something.
Persh looks between you all and says,
All right. Let's see what else I can drum up.
and he heads out. The portcullis shutting behind him. Tier says,
All right, we should probably talk about how we handle that and see, if there's any improvements we can have.
Mhm.
What do you all think?
I will hit it next time.
Right. There are things we can't control and things we can.
Sagona says,
I'm going to stand a bit off, like away from Anscombe, because if he's drawing all the fire, I took all that acid all over me, and that was really horrible. So
Right.
if I'm in a
Makes
better
sense.
spot, I think maybe that won't happen so easy. I also didn't know it would spit acid. Did we know that?
I didn't, but Tiara didn't. He didn't share that with anyone.
Right, I'm sorry. I just saw, oh, that's an ankeg, and then it spit, and I didn't have time to really think about it. I will try and shout what I know, like, right away, okay?
Uh-huh.
and Sagona says,
Appreciate it.
Requiem's really going to be more of a panic button. I prefer not to throw him on the front lines, and he's my dog, I don't want to see him get hurt.
Sagona says,
Can't you just call him back?
I can.
Like, I thought that was a thing wizards do. If their familiar goes, they just do it again.
It's possible, but he's a creature. He has thoughts and feelings, and it could damage my connection with him if I use him as sacrifice. I don't treat any of you that way, and I wouldn't treat him that way either. He's not a tool.
like you hear Skolna mutter, "Not a tool," from behind you. And you can't help but notice Requiem's ears just stand a little bit straighter on his head.
My buddy.
Sagona says,
Okay. All right. I guess, look,
she looks like she approaches Requiem. She says,
I see how much you mean to Lorna, and I'm sorry I got all scared of you because you're a ghost. I've been training to deal with undead my whole life, so I thought, you're undead too, but you're obviously a different flavor, and you're protecting my friends, so I'm sorry.
Oh.
you hear Requiem in your mind say, "I forgive Sagona."
He forgives you. He said so.
Can I
She tries to reach out a gauntlet. She says,
Can I touch him?
She looks at him.
If she would like.
He says, sure.
Sagona,
Just don't push too hard or your hand will go right through him.
Sagona looks at you with a wary look on her face, but will reach her hand out to put her hand on his upper back as if to pet him, and she says,
It's like I could remember what touching a dog feels like, but I'm not actually. It's very odd.
Mhm.
Something about you makes me very sad, Requiem. You hear in your mind, I understand.
I think he gets that a lot. She'll actually go to pet him too, and then realize that she has a stump, and then be like, "Fuck, he's not my hand right now."
You suddenly hear the portcullis like
Close again.
close and lock all the way.
Oh, all right. Places, people.
All right. Now that you have talked a little bit about it, how do you set your party up?
Anscombe stays on the front lines. Golna will go. She had some distance issues where she had to use a bonus action to get in there, so she's not going to go as far this time. But she will go off to the side, probably about here.
You? Okay.
No. Skullna will go about
okay.
there.
Yep.
For the sake of actually getting in there. Tierra will probably go back to about where he was before.
Okay.
Skullna's going to go further away from Anscombe this time. Sorry, not Skullna, Sigona.
Okay.
And range isn't a problem for me, so I'm gonna book it some distance.
Okay, you fully spread the party out this time.
Yeah. There we go.
As you do, there is a coalescing, a collection of the mist in the air, about 15 feet up off the ground. Now I'm going to roll to see where on the map these appear. I'm going to roll 2 dice. Basically, like where horizontally and where vertically.
Mm.
So 10 and 10. Okay, so oh dear. All right.
Uh-oh. He's going, or
And
they're
then
going unoptimally for us, are they?
one of them appears right here, and it is a small green dragon, a wormling. And then the other, for there are 2, five and 10. Okay. The other appears. Oh my god.
No.
Basically, right over you.
The weakest.
You certainly are. Okay. One moment here while I get everyone back on the
That's
initiative board.
Unfortunate,
It sure is.
especially for our spread.
It is random. That is how it goes sometimes.
Uh-huh.
As the monsters have appeared,
Right next to the wizard.
as he promised, Tierra immediately shouts, "They're dragons! They're immune to poison! They have blind sight and dark vision. They're not very fast, though."
Neither am I. Yep, at the bottom.
Okay. Man, everyone did not roll very good on initiative.
Mm-mm.
All right. You really are just all the way down there, aren't you?
I sure am.
Okay. The first enemy to go is the green dragon wormling. And as it does, it's the one on the left. So it's going to...
Oh, eat my butt.
It's probably going to do that, yes. I'm going to roll to see if it's going to go after these 2 or you 2. You cannot catch a break. Immediately, the green dragon wormling whips around towards you, and it is going to use its poison breath.
Mm-hmm.
So, it flies down towards you. Its little mouth opening, and you just hear this as a gas cloud, and I need you and Requiem to both make con saves.
Okay.
Actually,
My
wait.
con save
Wait.
is terrible.
Requiem is immune to poison. He doesn't care about this.
Oh, well, I do, and I inhale deeply.
Oh, Lorna.
Yep.
It's a good thing you have those temp HP.
Uh-huh.
I rolled 17 poison damage.
Oh my god, that would have dropped me.
Yes, you would have been unconscious immediately. Okay.
Ugh, fuck
But-
me.
And it will use the rest of its movement, and it has 60 feet of fly. It moved 20. It's going to fly.
It just drove by.
Yeah,
gassed me.
it's flybying you, basically. That's what they do.
It just threw a tear gas grenade and bailed.
And then it's Anscom's turn. Anscom has his greatsword. He also has a longbow. So he can fight at range if he has to.
He's gonna close the distance as much as 30 feet will allow him, and then he's gonna fire.
Okay. As he's running, he's drawing the longbow. Which one is he attacking?
Honestly, this one. I'm hoping that he'll draw its attention away from Lorna before it drops her.
He rolled a 17, which hits. He hits that one for 7 points of piercing damage.
Like, hopefully it'll consider him a much bigger threat than me.
He runs up and just as he's running, just an arrow sinks into the chest of that wormling next to you. That's his turn, unless you have something else for him.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Tierre's turn.
Yeah, okay. I think he's also gonna try to dispatch this one before it drops me.
Is he moving or staying there?
It's well within his range with a longbow, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't need to move.
Okay.
Although, actually, let's give him the 30 to get closer to me for potential heals.
Mm-hmm. That's why I asked.
Shush.
He fires the longbow at the same wormling. He rolls a 16 with just misses.
Oh,
These creatures are harder to hit than the NK was.
Lorna yells out, Tia, what did I say?
It's fast! Fuck off! It's now Skolna's turn.
Yeah, I think she's gonna get 30 feet this way
She has right here.
and use her own bow.
Okay. She pulls
On
out her
this one.
short bow. She rolled an 8. So her arrow just
Not as
into the sand.
skilled with her bow as her knives.
It in the haste to draw it, maybe she was alarmed to see you take a poison glass cloud. Who knows?
Right to the face.
Sigona's turn. Unless you have a bonus
she's-
action for Skolna to do. She can dash
No.
or hide, maybe.
Yeah, hide. Yeah, I doubt it. No, she's gonna stay right there.
Sigona.
Sagona's gonna come up at 30 feet in this direction, and hopefully she's got some lightning distance.
Not really, but she can
Huck
Sacred
something at
Flame.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Let me roll the DC. Not DC. The dex save for this guy. They are pretty quick, but I rolled a 7, which is not going to do it. So, it takes some radiant damage. This dragon wormling takes 4 points of radiant damage.
Hey.
Okay. It's now the wormling by you's turn.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to roll to see who it attacks, because it got hit by Anscom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It flies over you and around to this side, right up next to Sigona. And it will hurl its poison breath at the two of them. I need a con save from Sigona and Anscom. They're both pretty good at this, though. They're both pretty chunky. Sigona succeeds with a 15. Anscom fails with a Oh, Anscombe with a 5.
Oh, wait. Oh,
Okay. Let me roll damage. Oof. Okay. Anscombe takes 27 points of poison
oh
damage.
my god.
Anscombe is
he good?
dropped. Anscombe falls unconscious.
Fuck. Jesus
He got
Christ.
a huge blast of poison. He had just happened to open his mouth to say something, and he went on the ground.
Oh, buddy.
Sagona takes 13 points of poison damage and is up, but did not like that at all. She is coughing. It's a good thing she had advantage. The dragon wormling, 15 feet off the ground, will continue its flyby.
Does she get an attack of opportunity?
No, it's too high up.
Oh. Fucker.
Now it's your turn.
Yeah, ow. I'm gonna scuttle toward Tier. Just like, please heal me.
Okay.
Argom's gonna come with me. I'm gonna ask for a heal, and I'm gonna look at which one of the wormlings looks the worse off.
This one looks slightly healthier, just a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna nail this one then with frostbite.
All right, roll a spell attack.
It's actually a con save.
Oh.
DC something.
I rolled a 4 plus is no way.
Okay, it's only 1d6, but it has disadvantage on its next melee attack.
Okay.
3.
3. Okay. Anything else in your turn? You have a bonus action.
No.
All right. We whip around to this wormling's turn. Anscombe's on the ground unconscious, so the wormling is going to go after Skolna, who attempt to shoot it with a short bow.
Disadvantage, right?
It does have disadvantage on its bite. That is a 15 to hit, which misses Skolna. She is too quick for it. And then that's its turn. It's not going to move because now it's 5 feet off the ground. Anscombe is unconscious. Next. Tier.
Tier's gonna heal me.
You have told him to, so he does. He
I beg.
casts Cure Wounds. All right. Calm down. You
Ow.
heal for 9.
Oh, hell yeah. Almost full.
Bonus action? Anything from him?
I think he's gonna head towards Sagona.
Okay. That's all he's got.
Yeah.
It's now Skolna's turn. Skolna puts the short bow away, taking matters into her own hands, and is going to stab the dragon.
Yeah.
Unless you have something else.
Nope. That works for me.
Okay.
Hopefully she can drop it.
Slashing the
She
short
doesn't have
sword
sneak
out.
attack.
No, she does not.
No, she doesn't.
But she does hit with a 21.
Noise.
Okay. She deals 8 points of piercing damage. That wormling is looking terrible. Skolna is going to disengage and run this way. All right, what does Sagona do?
Just gonna get Anscombe's ass off the ground.
Okay, she runs over to Anscombe, uses her second first level spell slot to Cure Wounds. Anscombe heals for 7. That's not great. Well, it's something. Anscombe wakes up. He is prone,
But alive.
but, well,
Yeah.
I know there was no real threat, but still,
Sagona still has a bonus action.
she's gonna help him up, so he doesn't waste
Okay.
half his movement.
He stands up. And that's her turn.
Mhm.
It's now this wormling's turn. It is going to circle and rush at Tier.
No,
And it does not have disadvantage on its bite. It will attack.
does not. He'll be fine.
It hits Tier with an 18.
Okay.
Tier takes 9 points of damage.
Ouch. That's just what he gave back to me.
Ow! Fuck! Get off me! And that's his turn. It's now your turn.
How far away is this one now? It must be toward the ground because
It is 5 feet off the ground. So from you, it is 25 feet.
easy. Okay. How bad is it looking?
It's
Bloody.
It's a little hurt.
Well. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna just risk it for the biscuit. She's gonna reach her good hand up, and she's gonna cast sleep on it.
All right, roll your roll the dice.
It's 5d8.
5d8.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I rolled really well.
You did.
Fingers crossed.
It falls on the ground to sleep.
She'll be like, "Holy fuck!"
Tyr, as it's no longer harassing him, looks over at you and says, "Thanks, fuck."
And she's gonna say to Requiem, "Get in there, buddy."
Okay.
He's gonna. Fuck. What's his movement?
He has 30 feet of movement, or 40 feet of movement.
Oh, good boy. He's gonna get opposite Tier, but he's not gonna bite. She's gonna say hold.
So the ghost hound looms over the sleeping wormling's body.
Hopefully we could get.
Okay. This wormling is going to... This one's hurt. It doesn't like that. It's going to chase after Skolna
No!
and attempt to bite her.
You're so sneaky.
It misses again with a 15.
Hell yeah.
Anscom's turn. Anscom is awake. He looks over and sees that
And he's
one on
up.
the ground. And he says, "Right, we'll handle that in a minute." And he runs after this one up.
Yeah. Can you get across from it?
No.
Damn it.
He's
Yeah,
going to
okay.
attack unless you have other orders for him.
Nope, that's fine.
He swings his blade and he hits with a 17.
Mhm.
And he rolled minimum damage. Okay.
Buddy.
Yep, that's how it goes. He hits it for 5 slashing damage. It is still up. Tier.
He's gonna fire at the one that's harassing Skolna.
Okay.
And he's gonna hit.
That's a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
So this time, Tier takes a moment to line up the shot, and the arrow right into the head of the wormling, and it crumples to the ground, well, evaporating. Dead.
Yeah.
And he kind of twirls the next arrow in his fingertips and says, "Right, now this one."
All right, everybody, dogpile.
Okay, you give the order, everyone runs over and surrounds it. It doesn't have a save, so you can set up everyone how you want.
Yeah, just beat the shit out of it, basically.
Okay, it's... Roll an attack for Requiem.
It's
for
just
flavor.
laying on the ground. Hold
Yeah.
on. Not player handouts. Requiem. Cheers. Ghostly bite. Attack. Normal. 30 buttons later.
That hits. Okay. How do you want to do this as the party gangbangs this wormling?
Dude, like max damage. Look at that. 27 points on his bite.
Okay. Yeah.
He could have done that by himself, but I mean, the party just dead horse beats this thing. Just
Okay.
he bites it. Fiona hits it with her mace. Cola stabs it. I think Anscombe's like, this is morbid and doesn't participate.
The wormlings
A
are
tear fires an
defeated.
arrow, but it like dissipates and he just hits the ground.
Okay. As you have defeated
Whew.
the threats this time, the party a little worse for wear. That was a rough one.
Yeah. She's gonna walk up to Anscombe and just kind of like start dusting off his armor. Like, oof, sorry about that. I got a mouthful of it too.
That's all right. That's, Elrod warned me I'd be going down in fights as the one who draws attention. It's not fun. That hurt a lot
Mm-hmm.
and tasted awful.
Yeah. How about we get Nail after this? Wash that out.
I need one.
She's gonna look at the rest of the group and be like, team building exercise?
Skola looks at you and she says, "Drinks on you."
Yep.
Then I'm in.
I'd be a terrible team bringer togetherer, uh, if I didn't get the first round.
Aye. Yeah, you would.
Right, the rules of this are still lost on me, so bear with me as I learn.
As you say, team leader.
Oh, leader's a bit much.
Team captain.
Sure, as long as there's no mutinies, and she looks at Tier.
Fuck that. I'm not responsible for any of these fuckers. It's on you.
Oh, fuck. All right. If you hear any insubordination, let me know.
Ah. Well,
That's all right. You're a professional narc now.
I guess so. I don't know. I wouldn't trust that one. And he's like looking at Anscombe, who's not paying attention. Anscombe's like looking at where the body was. And he senses someone's looking at him like, huh? Are you talking to me? And Tyr says, you are adorable, aren't you? Not a chance of
know.
that. As you're having this conversation, the portcullis open. And Persh enters the room again. And he says, "Well, that fight wasn't quite as smooth as the first one, but you handled it well."
Did you ask them to attack me first? Because that was just unfair.
No. I
Okay.
have no control over who they attack. It's random.
They can just sense weakness.
I guess.
You're supposed to say no, but you didn't, so thanks.
If you're going to set yourself up for a pitfall, I'll push you in.
Always count on you, Persh.
Well, I'm going to go get some lunch. So,
I think we are as well. Do a different kind of team shit.
right. Anyway, let me know later today if you're using the room again. And Persh
Understood.
turns around and leaves.
She actually looks at the rest of the group like, does this mean we don't have classes? Or is this like, free time?
Anscombe says, "I don't know."
Oh, fuck. Alright, I guess I'll ask Tabernac after lunch? Ale?
What did he tell you to do?
He said get you guys and go to the training room.
Okay, we've done that.
Uh-huh. Listen, I'll check with Tabernac. Or Persh when he has food in his stomach and he's feeling less crabby.
I mean, you promised us an ale, so
Yeah, I know, we're going.
good.
I can't have you mutinying in 10 minutes of this formation.
Let's go. So, in the time between battles, and as you've talked about tactics and how you're going to handle this, it has not been 10 minutes. It's been more like an hour and a half as you've
It
done
feels
these
like 10
discoveries.
minutes.
Yeah. But as you have formulated your team of students for the fall festival, you've scrimmaged a couple times and seen the strengths and weaknesses, and also you've seen mechanically how combat as a party is going to work. Because you, the player, are going to be giving the orders for all of your NPCs. That is where we will stop today's session.
Woo! Combat session.
Combat session. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you like these mechanics for how it works. And if you have any ideas or complaints about it, please let me know, as I'm learning how to do this too. I've never had a player managing an entire party of NPCs before.
Yeah. Well, we share the burden.
Share the load, as it were. Frodo.
As it were.
As it were. All right. Thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all next week on the next From Nothing Lorna's story.
Bye.